All right, Shalom, Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakakadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and women who follow. This is brother Kratazah from the Fountain of Living Waters, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai. This lesson being entitled, Where There's a Will, There's a Way. So, and this is a catchphrase that most people are familiar with, but just wanted to go into the origins of it, and glories what is the edifying video. But it says the proverb, if there's a will, there's a way, originates from the 17th century English writer George Herbert, who wrote a similar phrase, to him that will, ways are not wanting. The modern version is popularized by William Hazlitt in the early 19th century and is based on the idea that a strong desire and determination can overcome any obstacle, right? So, um, if you want something bad enough, then you'll get it pretty much, right? But that's really not the case, man, because everything is done by the will of the Most High. So, matter of fact, before we jump into Matthew's, I want to get this James chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, "Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust." Right. So, because according to the James, or excuse me, to William Hazlitt, you know, if you have a strong desire for something, your determination is going to get you over the hump. But if you are asking in a miss, if you're not asking within the will of the Most High, you're not going to receive it. You can't will it. You can't speak it into existence. You can't you know conjure it up, or whatever people try to say these days. Ask the ancestors for it. If it's outside of the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, it's not going to come to pass. So I want to get this word miss real quick, which is Strong's G2560 Caicos, and it says miserable, to be ill improperly, wrongly, to speak evil of, revile one, right? So basically, you're improper. You're asking wrongly, in the wrong matter, for the wrong thing, or an improper matter for something that that you don't need. Okay, at the end of the day, because like I said, everything must be filtered through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So even in the Our Father prayer, what did he say? Matthew 6:10, "Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." Right. So the Most High's will be done, not our will be done, not what we think, or your mama think, or your best friend, or your supervisor at your job. What is the Most High's will? That's what's going to be done. Everything has already been set up. Right? We have the idea. The Lord gives us the idea of free will, but there's no such thing as free will. Everything has been laid and predestinated. So let's get that real quick. This is Ephesians chapter 1 and 11. It says, "In whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him." So this is speaking about the Israelites being predestinated to the kingdom. That's the inheritance that it's speaking of. But being predestinated, all right, you were already, that was already your destiny before you were even born. The Lord said, before you were when you were in the womb, I knew you, right? Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. Um, This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and 4. It says, "And then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So the Lord made Jeremiah a prophet before he was even born. That's predestination. And we all have a predetermined, predestinated end goal. Some of us are going to go into the kingdom. Some of us are going to go to everlasting shame and contempt. Some of us are going to, get beamed up into the chariots. Some of us are going to eat missiles. Some of us are going to, you know, die horrible deaths. But it's all done by the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, and nothing goes outside of that will. So let me see what I got over here. Yeah, all right, we'll get this. This is Romans 11:4. It says, what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Now, this is now speaking of predestination. He said he had 7,000 men, which is just speaking about a perfect number of men who weren't gonna worship Satan, who weren't gonna, go off a track. Why? Because they were programmed, they were predestinated to stay within the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So, there is no, where there's a will, there's a way. It's where the Most High's will is that will be that kingdom come that will be done. It's the Most High's way or the highway. Okay, which ironically the highways is the Most High's way, but we'll get this last precept and we'll end with this. This is Matthew 17:20. It says, and Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief, let me back it up real quick. Matthew 17:18 says, Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible to you. Right? So this is what he was trying to say, that if you just have faith, with a grain if you just have faith the size of a grain of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain, right? Yes, the scriptures clearly say this, but this is within the will of the Most High. You have to have faith, and you have to ask within the will of the Most High, because if you pray to the Most High that you can go, be an alphabet gang member, you know what I mean? One of the LGBTQ ABCDFGAY, kind of guys, then no, that's not within the will. I don't know why you would ask for that, but you understand what I'm saying. You have to ask for something within the will. Lord, keep Satan away from me. Lord, give me strength to fight these demons. That's asking within the will. So I want to go back to that ask a miss real quick. And let's see what it says in the NLT. All right, James 4:3 says, even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You only want what will give you pleasure. So when you ask, don't ask for things that are carnal. Ask for things that are sown within the spirit. All right, ask within the will of the Most High. And if you have that faith the size of a mustard seed, then you can move that mountain. But it definitely has to be within the will of the Most High. So that's all I wanted to get with this. Lord's will, this is edifying. And with that being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakar Kadash. giving double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and in sincerity, all the men and women who follow. Shalom.